The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
C.D. Lamb, touchdown. End zone, Jake Ferguson.
Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick Walker, Josh Rodriguez, and Kyle Yeomans.
It's a Talkin Tuesday edition of Talkin Cowboys presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, live from the Star in Frisco, Texas, in the SWBC studio. Welcome in, everybody. We've got the whole cast and crew ready for you to rock today with Patrick No C. Walker back in the building, Josh Rodriguez, Isaiah Stanback with Chris Beam in the back. I'm Kyle Yeomans. So glad you're with us. You might want to get on the phone line right now.
Call me now.
888-855-2297 because, ladies and gentlemen of Talkin Cowboys Nation, our family out there,
What we doing?
we're taking your phone calls.
How long, Kyle?
This is the last show that we're going to take your phone calls in the regular season.
So it has to be worth it.
So it's got to be worth it. It's a Talkin Tuesday. It's the last Talkin Tuesday of the 2025 calendar and football season.
The best dressed Cowboys podcast on DallasCowboys.com. Look at it.
I mean, come on.
Hey, you know what?
Let's go.
Guess what, Josh? I'm going to put it out here. The 12th caller. The 12th caller.
12? We're going to get the 12?
The 12th caller gets that jacket right there from No C.
Right here. I'm down for that. All right. Let's do it.
That's it.
Let's do it.
You get that jacket right there. That fire.
Nobody can hear you. You got
Hot
to
fire.
talk into the mic.
Listen, much like a fiber-filled breakfast, that contract is non-binding.
Non-binding.
You some mucil.
Yeah, right. It's very Metamucil contract that is non-binding.
Oh, man.
He said it. I didn't say it. Can't hold me to it.
Patrick, we missed you yesterday, man.
Yeah,
Missed
bro.
you guys, man. Missed you guys.
We had that other guy.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
We forgot to do the drop with him on the show.
Oh, you
I know. We missed the opportunity. Missed you
missed you
to do it.
guys. Had a little bit of a family emergency.
Oh.
My 14-year-old son, he broke his leg.
Oh,
Ow.
no.
Yeah. Just a boy being a boy.
Yeah.
Just a boy being a boy. We've all been there.
No growth plates, right?
No.
right.
He went to the ortho on yesterday, and it turns out he does not need to have surgery.
That's
so
nice.
They simply
Casted him
make
up?
Sure, they made sure the bone was reset correctly, cast him up, and follow up in 4 weeks.
Get well soon, buddy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know how tough that is as like a 12-year-old kid to be like, yeah,
14.
I broke my leg. Oh, okay, 14-year-old kid. To say like, yeah, I broke my leg.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys just got to deal with your like wimpy little things over there.
Yeah, it was
And I'm just going to come back stronger than
But
this. That's
how
super
awful to
cool.
do it in the winter break, too.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, he's not in
And
school.
but reappear with the cast.
Yeah.
But see, now they have it. I didn't know this was a thing. They have.
He's not going to miss summer. Like he's not going to be like,
he's true.
you know,
He's not.
like he's not going to be able to run around outside and that kind of thing.
They make it difficult to kind of sign the cast nowadays, though, because back in the day they gave us the tan, the beige, the white cast. Their casts are black now.
Silver Shark.
Silver
Yeah,
Sharpies,
silver Sharpie now.
gold
So,
Sharpies.
yeah, but no, then that's giving Raiders, and we don't.
That's true.
We're not doing that. So yeah, but
black and
shouts out
gold.
to Xavier. Dad is extremely proud of you. I know exactly how much pain you were in when that happened because Dad has broken bones before. I know that was level 15 pain on the level 10 scale, but he handled it like an absolute champ.
There you
And
go. Let's go.
I mean, he's in karate and jiu-jitsu and has been for years, so he knows.
And you're his dad.
Yeah. So, I'm sure that doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
But seriously, I mean, he knows how to
Chill
channel. He knows how to
Pun
manage-
intended.
Yeah, facts. He knows how to manage his pain, and he knows the mental part of it. So,
Nice.
shouts out to Xavier. Love you, big boy, and heal up, Dad. I'll talk to you later today.
Very cool.
Love that, man.
Well, glad to have you back. Tommy did a great job yesterday. I do want to get your thoughts on the Cowboys and Commanders before we get into news and notes.
GRG,
What was that?
get right game.
Okay.
The defense was a get right game. The Cowboys didn't play Jaden Daniels. They didn't play Marcus Mariota. They played Josh Johnson. And Josh Johnson put up the most points that he has in years. Okay. Running backs out there looking like Adrian Peterson. And I'm not just talking about Debo. I will say
Corey Krosky-Merritt.
Yeah, Krosky-Merritt looks like Adrian Peterson. I even tweeted that day. I was like, is that Krosky-Merritt or is that AP or AD, if you know, all day. I can respect Debo Samuel getting his lick back after Javonte Williams put one of their defenders through the planet. Mm-hmm. That's fair. I love me some good football, some payback football. But the defense, for the most part, it just looks like it can't figure itself out. And then after the fact, you ask questions about, well, why was Logan Wilson receiving 0 defensive snaps? And then the answer was there was, quote unquote, confusion on the side of the coaching staff, the defensive side of the coaching staff, as far as rotational. So it's week 17, and there's still miscommunication, not simply between players on the field.
Maybe because he's in the booth.
But was it much better communication wise when he was on the sideline?
No.
Just
so
questions.
I mean,
Looks
that's another
the same to me.
takeaway for me. You know. Now you have
better.
Now you have the revelation that they're continuing to have coaching issues on the defensive side of the ball, and that translates onto the field. So there were a couple of bright spots. Jadeveon Clowney being the biggest bright spot for me.
Absolutely.
And I can't stand on that table enough as far as re-signing that guy. Re-sign him. Jadeveon Clowney, he wants to be here. He also said he wants to participate in someone's training camp. Not. It's seldom that you hear a mercenary,
12-year
mercenary, say that he wants to be in somebody's training camp. He wants to be in someone's full off-season program.
So that
he won't have as much rust as he did starting. He wants to hit the ground running.
Full 17 plus.
Full 17 plus at the highest level. Not okay for the first 7.
I like that.
And then elite for the remaining 10. I like those words.
I did look up something yesterday after the show that has me slightly concerned with.
Oh, come on, Kyle. Way to be a Debbie Downer.
I'm going to be a Debbie Downer.
Well,
but it's because we're
talking about-
supposed to speak the truth here on
Are you
this
talking
show.
about the Cowboys having the worst, the most points given up in Cowboys history?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Oh, that's not the one you were talking about?
No.
Oh, different
no,
one.
that's not what it was.
Darn.
It's the fact that Jadeveon Clowney, every other year in his career has been productive, and then he disappears. And then he's productive, and then he disappears.
Light switch.
Yeah, and it's very back and forth, and it's very contingent on what the contract situation is.
Kyle, but he didn't have a full season, so he would be good
Halfway.
in the first
Yeah,
half.
first
So
of
maybe
next
it
season.
is. Maybe we're okay. Maybe since it's halfway, we're all right. Then we're good. But I mean, you look back at it. So let's go after the Pro Bowl years. So he had 3 straight Pro Bowl years where he was fantastic from 2016 to 2018. After that, he goes 3 sacks, which is okay, but not great. Then he goes 0. New team signs him. Cleveland puts up 9 sacks. Second year with Cleveland, goes back down to 3.
Okay.
Then he goes to Baltimore, new team. Puts up 9.5 sacks on a 1-year deal. That's one of his best seasons he's had in recent memory.
Okay.
Then he turns around, he goes to Carolina. 5.5 sacks. Not the same, but he signed a new deal with Carolina where he had more cash. Then he's, of course, a free agent. Comes in late with the Cowboys. He's put up 5.5 again. Been more productive in less games and less appearances. Does that mean that he's ready for that contract and ready to take the step forward and continue that production in 2026? Or are we due to see a bit of a drop off?
5.5 is double digits around these parts, buddy.
Yeah,
I'll take the
second
sacks
on
where I
the
can
team.
get them.
So
Absolutely. I don't think beggars can be choosers. When you have a situation where you got Jadeveon Clowney, who is giving the effort that he's giving in games that have no playoff implications, and for a defensive end room that we have continuously said is in dire straits, we do hope and expect that Ezraku will take the next step. We hope that the Cowboys will address the position with one of their top picks, be it first round or third or whatever, one of their top picks in the 2026 NFL draft. And then you hope they address it in free agency. But I feel like one way to address it in free agency is to go with what you know. And what you know, having test-driven Jadeveon Clowney for the entirety of a season, now you know what he can be in the locker room.
Not even the entirety of the season.
Well, not even the entire season. But
you
know he can be in the locker room.
You also kind of did that, not to cut you off. I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
you're
off.
good, bro.
You kind of did that with Dante Fowler Jr. And you thought you knew.
You thought you knew.
You thought you knew, and you didn't.
You did.
And he didn't. He hasn't done anything.
That's fair. So
the same thought process could be
Right.
applied to Jadeveon Clowney.
Could
It might not happen the same way.
it might not. Difference being, though, is, again, it's to your point. because you make an excellent point as far as the up down of Jadeveon
Yeah,
Clowney.
I just want to point it out. I love Jadeveon Clowney, and I've been very impressed with him.
But the
I just want to point it out.
expectation between Fowler and Clowney was wildly different. Okay, Fowler is the one coming off of a career season with the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
Fowler was the one reuniting with this staff and new staff, but reuniting with the organization. So there was supposed to be familiarity that kind of helped him kind of hit the ground running. To make none of those things came to fruition for him. But then here comes Jadeveon Clowney from a completely different sphere with the Carolina Panthers. He's never been with the Cowboys.
No real expectation.
No real expectations, and he outperforms. So you have an overachiever versus an underachiever, and that's kind of what you have to look at.
I think when he was signed, though, I'm waiting on you,
Yeah,
Isaiah.
I'm dying to hear Isaiah.
When he was signed, I think our whole thought process is if he could get to the production he had in Carolina, then it was worth the
that's
signing.
a win.
5.5 sacks, and he's literally there right now.
Right.
Who knows what he gets this week to up that number? But I think he's been worth what you've had. Overachieving, it's just been marginal. Like it's a marginal overachievement, but it is a slight overachievement.
It's more than
for
you
what he's
expected
done.
out of. Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's not a marginal underachievement for Fowler.
Not at all. Yeah, it's
That's just
massive
not been
underachievement.
there.
Yeah. All right, Isaiah, you had your hand up.
I don't believe that it was an overachievement by Jadeveon Clowney.
That's what I'm saying. It's if
So exactly what you expected.
Expand on
This is
that.
the
I feel like
this is the
expand on
expectations that I had of Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah.
Reason being exactly what I said last week or the week before, whatever it was, when we were having a conversation about the type of defensive end that I would like to bring in.
big body.
Big body.
You want
defensive
that
end.
dude.
Because a big body defensive end that possesses the ability to pass rush as well as run stop is more valuable than just a pure pass rusher in my eyes.
No, that's accurate.
Can't speak for everybody else.
Right.
Dante Fowler Jr. is just a pass rusher
You start dragging your words out like that.
in a particular system. A Dan Quinn system. That's where Dante Fowler Jr. has thrived. No indictment on him at all. He's just better utilized and more impactful when he's in that specific type of scheme. A Jadeveon Clowney body type is somebody that has a greater chance of having success in any system that you have. Because no matter what, when you bring in different coaches, you don't want to have to turn over your personnel as well.
Right.
Change is imminent in the NFL. So you're either going to be changing personnel or you're going to be changing your coaches, right? You much rather be able to keep your personnel and have them adapt to the coaches should you need a change there. Jadeveon Clowney is a versatile, he's a Swiss knife type of guy that can play whatever you need him to play. You need him to pass rush, he can pass rush. You need him to run stop, he can run stop. You need him to hold the fort, he'll hold the fort, set the edge, whatever it might be. Every DN is not made up that way.
Thanks.
And that's what I would like to say about Jay Clowney.
But okay, you're talking about scheme fit and all
Yes.
those things. Are you saying that the Cowboys? I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
No.
But do you think the Cowboys did enough to change the personnel to fit Eberflus's scheme?
They tried.
They certainly tried. That was the point that I wanted to make.
Yeah.
They certainly tried.
Going back
Because-
to our conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
They tried. They added 2 new interior defensive tackles, both of which are dogs. Okay, they traded for 3 linebackers. 3 linebackers. Okay, they went ahead and drafted big corner.
Don't forget about Kyer Elam.
They brought in
Tried to
Kyer
bring him
Elam,
in, yeah.
right? They brought in. Kyer Elam was not a man-to-man guy. We knew that last year, right? When he was in Buffalo. Didn't have the greatest of years. But they brought him here because they said, he's not a man-to-man guy. He's more of his own guy. So it should work for this system. Didn't work out, right? Traded for 3 linebackers. In most people's eyes, hasn't worked out. Brought in the 2 interior defensive linemen. Oh, they hit on that one, right?
But those
And
were
then-
sure
and then-
things.
And then they brought in Jadeveon Clowney. So when you think about the additions to this defense, Clowney, Clark, Williams, Wilson, Murray, who else am I missing? Sanborn. They brought in Elam, 8 guys. They tried.
But like you just said, and I think you kind of just reiterated his point from earlier, you brought in 2 surefire guys.
Yeah.
Clark.
Surefire.
Clark and Quentin Williams. guys that could probably work in any scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the scheme.
No.
So those are just guys.
And they tried, and
Guys, you need
Nosey
good
can-
football
can
players, first and foremost.
Nosey can allude to this, right? It's not specific because it never went down, right? But they tried to acquire other people
Yes.
as well that would have had a tremendous impact and would have helped tremendously on this defense.
Indeed.
It just didn't work out financially, right? But to also the point we had yesterday, there's only so much pie. There's only so much pie, and it's going to get worse because if you choose to bring back George Pickens
And Javonte Williams.
and Javonte Williams not going to kill the bank. I think you'll be able to find somebody complimentary.
He's going to want a multi-year deal, though.
He's going to want a multi-year deal, but I don't see it being more than 5 or 6 a year.
He's not going to be a franchise tag possibility like Pickens will.
Yeah, he's not going to affect your salary cap in my eyes, right? But
3 years.
But George Pickens is something
like that.
right. If you want to retain George Pickens, he is going to impact how much pie can go around. There's already not enough pie going around.
And most of it's on the offensive side of the football team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
3, you're going to be paying 5 people probably 70% of your salary, or your salary cap.
Yeah.
Somewhere, I'm not a numbers guy. I don't have that in front of me right now. But Dak, CD, George if he comes back, Tyler Smith, Jake Ferguson.
I'm not worried about the salary cap.
Not worried about pie.
I'm not worried about the pie. There's the pie is finite, but the pie can be like you can find ways to expand that pie.
But to sign
sure.
impact players.
And with that being said, you're going to have to let some guys walk, and that
Because right now they're projected to be $30 million over the cap in 2026,
But in
which
my
is
eyes,
the worst in the NFL.
the guys that you have to discuss potentially let walking is not the George Pickens of the
Correct.
world. It's not the Javonte Williams of the world. And for me, it's not the Jadeveon Clowney of the world. It's if you're going to move on from this defensive coordinator, and it sounds as if, because you can interpret what Jerry Jones said in 105.3 The Fan this
What did he
morning,
say?
however you like. He said, I'm glad you asked.
Thanks, bud.
And here's the quote. He said, as far as discussing the defensive side of the ball and the coaching staff and the coordinator, quote, we'll get to that pronto. More than one person had their finger in this. We're trying to solve the problem and get better where we are. And one guy is not going to do that. Freeze for a second. So at that moment, you're thinking, oh, man, he might. Hold on. It's not all Eberflus at all. That's a team-wide breakdown. And then he continued on as far as making it sound one way or the other, there's no in between. It sounds like either Jerry Jones is going to keep his continuity with Matt Eberflus or he's going to clean house on the defensive side of the ball. I don't feel like there's any one way in between that, which brings me back to the point I'm about to make to Isaiah. If you're going to make that change at defensive coordinator and clean house, Jerry also later in the conversation with the fans spoke about his concern about progress stoppers. That was his phrase, progress stoppers, okay? It wasn't tied to Clowney. It wasn't tied to Williams, Javonte, obviously. It's not even tied to George Pickens, obviously. But might it be tied to a guy like a Jack Sanborn or Kenneth Murray?
Absolutely.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Might it be tied to
I do
those
agree
guys?
with you there.
So then, if you take that thought process from Jerry and he's concerned about certain guys being progress stoppers, not the guys we're talking about, new defensive coordinator comes in. What's the message to the new defensive coordinator? Has Jerry Jones and the Cowboys learned to not look at that DC and say, "Go, we'll get your guys," or will he say, "Develop who's here," like your Maris Leofiles, your DeMarvion Overshown, some of your younger Donovan Ezraku, Shamar James? It makes for a very interesting conversation to be had upstairs.
And that's where I think Dan Quinn had success here, because I'm of the mentality, and when you watch the film, going back to 2021, when he took over a Mike Nolan defense that was historically bad in 2020. When you started in 2021, I don't think the talent on this defense is overstepping anybody else in the NFL. But what Dan Quinn did is he developed the talent that was in the building. And he developed the guys. He fit guys to the system that he had, and we've talked about that multiple times. And then that system kind of became his system. He said, okay, it worked here. Maybe it'll work in Washington. And he got a couple guys to go with him. It worked for a year. And then when those guys kind of fall out of favor or get hurt, then it falls into what happened this year in Washington. I think he was a developer. Mike Nolan didn't develop. Dan Quinn did. Mike Zimmer? No, he did not. And now we're at Matt Eberflus, and we've talked about it before. I like Matt Eberflus. I've always liked him as a person. I think he's a good coach. I just don't think it was the perfect fit here in 2025.
Yeah.
I just don't think it worked out the way he wanted to. But I also can't say that he's had a more talented defense, because outside of the interior defensive lineman, outside of maybe a healthy Deron Bland, who else on this defense are you confident in right now?
Really quickly, though, I don't want to just, because talking a lot about Dan Quinn and what did work here, but let's not forget that there was a lot of bad, too. We played a full season without linebackers.
Yeah.
And a safety as a linebacker for an entire
And you couldn't stop the run to save your life.
Couldn't stop the run, which is a thread that has followed the Cowboys for many years now.
Yeah.
So I don't want to just say, the defense was unstoppable.
Was that
at
a
the time.
personnel problem or a scheme problem?
I think that was a scheme problem.
I think that was a personnel.
Maybe
problem.
both.
You were lacking linebackers, so you had to bring a safety down. You had no interior defensive linemen, so you had to try to bring pressure.
Yeah.
See, but that's the thing is they had to bring relentless pressure in the scheme that made it work. And they had to bring relentless pressure, and that gives up the run almost every
For sure.
time.
So I'm saying, so is it a scheme problem first, or is it a personnel problem first?
Personnel.
Personnel, and then the scheme tries to make up for
Which
the lack
one
of
came
personnel.
first, the chicken or the egg?
Exactly.
The egg came first, and that is the personnel.
But if we're talking about the Green Bay playoff game, like your biggest loss ever, I mean,
Absolutely. But why
is that not a scheme?
But why did you have
issue?
to change the scheme?
Because it was already
Because you didn't have enough cornerbacks, right? And the one cornerback that you had invested in for that year, the veteran cornerback, and Stephon Gilmore had a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah.
Couldn't play press man. What does Dan Quinn like to play? Press man. So what did he have to do that game because of the lack of personnel?
Yeah.
Change the scheme. Personnel, scheme had to change.
Zay and I on the same page there.
Yeah.
It was personnel.
I just don't think the guys on this defense are very good. That's just plain and simple.
Yeah, you don't have enough. You don't have enough.
I don't
guys.
think-
No.
You have certain
You got
guys.
some guys.
You have some tempo.
I don't
guys.
think either take is incorrect.
No.
It all, again.
That's why
Jerry's
there's
point.
one begets the other.
This, like Jerry admitted, this was a team-wide failure
Yes.
on the defensive side of the ball,
Yes.
which means you have to assess the personnel outside of Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, and also who you just paid, and wanting to bring back Jadeveon and the development of Ezraku, and you got a couple young linebackers. You have to look at it from a personnel standpoint. How are we going to attack it? Free agency versus the draft. You don't want progress stoppers, but you need a veteran leadership such as Jadeveon Clowney because you don't have DeMarcus Lawrence in the building anymore. And I feel like that's a great replacement for DeMarcus Lawrence at this point in time. And then you look at the coaching staff and you say, okay, well, it's not all on Matt Eberflus, but it is on Matt Eberflus, but it's also on position coaches, right? Are the position coaches the right guys to develop the guys that you have?
I feel we've had this conversation.
We have, and I did that for a reason, but I'm going to leave it there. I know.
One last point before we move on, because we got to take your calls. But you talked about whether to attack it through free agency, trades, or the draft. What has really hamstrung you more than anything, in my opinion, as well, when it comes to personnel, is they have struck out on the defensive side of the ball in the draft. I'm going to take 2025 away, okay, because they're rookies.
Yeah.
Taking 2025 out of it. The guys before that you have drafted, and I don't know if you can look at me and say you've seen enough out of any one of these guys for any particular reason.
Please.
But you've got, of course, rest in peace, Marshawn Nealon, love you, brother. He was probably the best guy out of that 2024 class in terms of the defensive side of the ball. Maris Leofau, Kalen Carson, who's shown some things, but have you seen enough?
No.
Same with Maris.
Absolutely not. Same thing with Maris. Then you go down to Justin Rogers. He was a 7th-round pick, not even in the league anymore. Mozzie Smith, no. DeMarvion Overshown, you've seen some things, and he might be the one exception, but he hasn't been on the field. So that's tough. Viliami Fehoko, no. Eric Scott, no. Jalen Brooks, that's offensive side of the ball. Sam Williams the year before that. He's still around, but has he lived up to the second-round expectation?
Absolutely
not at all.
No. Deron Bland, yes, you've seen enough there. That one's fine. Damone Clark, John Ridgeway, Devin Harper. I mean, it goes on and on. That's 3 or 4 drafts where you have struck out on guys. And you're still waiting on 2025. Donovan Ezraku looks like he's going to be somebody, but you still need to see more. Savone Revel, he's been hurt, unavailable, and when he has been available, it hasn't shown out yet. Shamar James has shown some things, but still need to see more. You can't keep striking out on the defensive side of the ball in the draft.
Agreed.
They've added some pieces, but none of them have worked out, and that's a problem.
Free agency.
Maybe free agency is the answer.
Please.
Maybe trades are the answer. Who knows? I think they've kind of started dabbling in those realms over the last couple of years. All right, when we come back on Talking Cowboys, we're going to take your phone calls. 888-855-2297. More Talking Cowboys right after this.
Every day begins with a promise to work hard and to build a future. That's why we're here, providing the tools, expertise, and John Deere equipment you have relied on for generations to help you get the job done right. We're with you. That's our promise to you. Because no matter the project or the challenge you're facing,
We're with you. We're united.
Cowboys fans, we've got big news. Black Rifle Energy is now available at Texas 7-Eleven stores. And for a limited time, you can score 2 cans for just $6 at participating locations. These cans pack a serious punch, 200 milligrams of caffeine, veteran-crafted flavor, and the clean energy you need to power through those long days. So the next time you roll into your neighborhood 7-Eleven here in Texas, grab that 2 for $6 Black Rifle Energy deal and fuel up the American way. Black Rifle Coffee, America's coffee.
How's it going? You see that Cowboys game?
Oh, I watched. Been seeing some good things.
Totally. They have some talent.
Yup, some great talent.
And they got some fight.
Hoping this is the year.
Me too. Oh, I'm Cody, by the way.
I'm Travis.
Nice to meet you, Travis. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys!
Make a new friend based solely on their shirt choice. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown!
Yes! Yes! Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Back here on Talkin Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by Invisalign, the official smile of the Dallas Cowboys. Back with Patrick No-C Walker, Josh Rodriguez, Isaiah Stanback, Chris Beam in the back. I'm Kyle Yeomans. It is a Talkin Tuesday, the final one of the 2025 season. So
I don't like those words.
I know. We will take calls in sporadic points throughout the offseason, just not right like every show, because we're on Tuesday, so don't expect us to take calls every Tuesday. So here we go. Mike in New York, get us started. What's up, Big Mike?
What's going on, guys? I feel like the Cowboys, I know it stinks. I wish the season wasn't coming to an end. I feel like, I hope we do something in free agency. I feel like the draft, it's one of those things, it's hit or miss. You get guys, you think you're going to get guys that are good, and you just don't know. I'd like to see us do a little more free agency on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, I feel like Quinn Williams in interior is good, but we need linebackers and we need secondary help. I don't know. I know there's a lot of talk about Brian Flores as our new defensive coordinator. I don't know though. Is it going to change? I mean, yeah, coaching matters, but the players have to do it as well. It's kind of, I don't know. It's the way I see it.
Thank you, Mike, for the call as always. And he brings up a good thing to remember when we go into this offseason. There are names, and I'm not even going to say B-Flow because he's still under contract and he's doing his thing up in Minnesota, and there's a reason why he's having success on the defensive side up there, despite not a great season. There are going to be names that fly around, whether it be coaching or free agents. Anytime there's a name that's mentioned online that is a free agent in some sense of the word, will be tied to the Dallas Cowboys. That does not mean that there is mutual interest between the Cowboys and that person.
Validity.
There might be interest from that person to the Cowboys. There might be interest from the Cowboys to that person, but there has to be mutual interest for that to happen. So this is a good reminder going into the offseason that you cannot put your eggs in every basket that you see along the way, because just because a name is out there doesn't mean it's a real possibility or even that there's any truth to it.
That name drives the price up.
And that's the case.
And can you also communicate to our family about what we can and cannot speak about?
If anybody is under contract for the length of the league year, we can't talk about it. So if they're under contract.
Why, Kyle?
Because that would be tampering. And we would get in real big trouble, and the organization could lose draft picks if little old Talkin Cowboys decides to talk about people that are under contract on other rosters. So we can't talk about that. Let's move on, though. Anybody else have any thoughts on that?
That was a service announcement.
Yeah. PSA. All right, Jalen in Shreveport. What's going on, Jalen?
Jalen just dropped.
Oh, Jalen,
dropped.
But we got Mike in Kentucky.
What up, Mike in Kentucky? What part of Kentucky?
I'm just a little bit west of Lexington. I don't know if y'all want to know that.
I love Lexington so much. That's one of my favorite cities. I'm not even going to lie. So much bourbon and good food. It's a good spot. What's up, Mike?
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
I think I'm the only Cowboys fan out here. It's a little lonely, but we're holding down the fort here.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Appreciate you calling.
Yeah, so I'll be quick today. I just want to say how much I love the show.
Thank you, bro.
I look forward to it every day, and I appreciate how positive you all are every day. It's just a bright spot in my day I get to look forward to, and I just want to call in and let you all know that as we finish up the season here. But that's all I have. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
But you just said positive when Coy Isaiah's on the show. Like, what's that about?
Where the heck is Corey Isaiah on the
No,
list?
not today.
Remaining positive.
Not on this
today.
Talking Tuesday.
I like it. Appreciate you calling.
Thanks,
appreciate
bro.
the love. And enjoy Lexington because that's a great town. All right. Hoodie Kush from the Basement Boys. What up, Hoodie Kush?
What's up, fellas? How's everybody this lovely day? Everybody enjoy their holidays?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Speaking of positivity.
Patrick No Seat, prayers going out to the young man with a broken leg. You got to tell him to stop putting his foot up people's I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, if his friends stop talking trash about the Cowboys, maybe he won't break the foot off him.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, some things are acceptable. But let's get into it. So I'm seeing online, you know, Schotty is, you know, the quote was, we messed up the rotation. That tells me, that's coach speak for, I'm taking bullets for my defensive coordinator. Am I wrong? And as far as coaching is concerned, as far as the prospects of coaching, I mean, you got Vance Joseph out there who's probably going to his contract's coming up. Steve Spagnuolo, Jim Schwartz. There's a litany of guys. So you guys are correct. It takes two to tango. We may want them, but do they want us? I am big on that. Yeah. But that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it. I want you guys to have a blessed day. You heard? Happy New Year to y'all.
Happy New Year, buddy.
Stay safe, Hoodie.
So, again, can't talk about those guys that he just mentioned.
He was on hold, Kyle.
He was fine. I know. But when it comes to his first point of Brian Schottenheimer taking bullets for the defensive coordinator, do you believe that's the case?
Oh, absolutely.
I think so, too.
Absolutely. He took one most recently.
And I respect Brian for that. That's what a head coach should be doing.
Not 24 hours ago, he took another bullet because he said when he was kind of pressed about it being confusion on the coaching staff, because it was Stephen Jones that said to 105.3 The Fan that there was confusion as far as the Logan Wilson situation. Yeah. And then they asked him to clarify. He said it was on the coaching staff. Okay, so segue to yesterday, Brian Schottenheimer's press conference. Brian was asked about it, and Brian said, yeah, it was on the coaching staff. He went to explain, and then he pulled back for a second and said, hey, it happens on the offensive side of the ball too. Took that bullet again, did you? So, yeah, absolutely he's taken several bullets for the defensive coaching staff.
And there are a couple times this year where you can see through kind of his wall a couple times just because he is such a nice guy and he loves to talk. And you can kind of see there's a couple times where Eberflus is not mentioned specifically, but you can kind of feel it, that frustration. But I think for the most part, I think Schottenheimer's done a good job of trying to shield the problems on that side of the ball and put it on himself as the head coach.
As a guy that's so open with everybody and open with his answers, you can definitely see the wall when he puts it up.
Yes.
There will be certain questions where he's like, yep, could happen. I don't know. Jaden Blue could be activated. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know.
He does a great job of protecting his guys, but I also feel like
right
he's the type of person that, you know, he'll do that great job of protecting his guys, and then as soon as the press conference is over, pull that same guy into the office and say, you're killing me, Smalls. Yeah. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, have you seen the Hard Knocks?
What are we doing?
Have y'all watched the Hard Knocks this season, the NFC East? It's worth a watch. It's actually really good. But there are some behind the scenes of Shotty in that show that no one on the outside normally gets to see.
Facts.
And he's intense. And I've said this before. One of the ways I was impressed with Schottenheimer to start was the way that he commanded the draft room on draft weekend. I've never seen anything quite like it. And one day, if I end up writing a book about some of the stories that I don't talk about on the air in the building here, that's going to be one of the first chapters.
The Tyler Booker pick?
Yeah, the Tyler Booker and the Donovan Ezraku pick. Both of those were big time from
Shoddy guys.
Like those were not shoddy guys, but it was the way he commanded the room and put a vendetta across the board to make sure that they knew it was the right guy. It was very interesting. It was quite interesting. I hope they make a documentary about it one day. Anyways, what were your thoughts on that one,
perhaps?
Isaiah?
Nothing. We're good. We're good.
Next call.
Yeah.
War Stories 3, maybe? I don't know. One last one won an Emmy. All right, let's get to Jalen in Shreveport. He's back.
Hey.
What's up, Jalen?
How's it going, guys? New week, and it's a new day for us here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is.
Just like Jalen to drop one and then come right back and call back.
Yeah, good stuff, Jalen.
Today is also the day for the Independence Bowl.
I was about to say, is the Independence Bowl today? Is that so? It's La Tech and who?
I knew the initials are CCU, but I cannot recall like the Carolina Car team. But it was a new team I've never heard before.
Coastal Carolina.
Yes.
Oh,
that was
okay.
it.
So La Tech and Coastal Carolina. That'll be fun. Are you going?
I am actually. It's about a couple of years since the last time I've been out there, but I have a cousin who's actually at Louisiana Tech.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Very nice. Well, say hi to my good friend, head coach of La Tech, Sonny Cumbie. Good dude. What's on your mind?
I had a comment and a quick question for y'all.
All right.
Okay.
The comment was actually in reference to a couple of first off, I'm gonna say I'm a long-time listener of the Talkin Cowboys.
Yeah.
And you're actually talking to the winner from a couple of seasons ago, to the person who won the Lay's potato chips contest.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That was awesome. Like the Lay's turf chips.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
And I was the one who won that.
Very nice.
Love it.
Showing my loyalty for y'all. For y'all the ones that helped make that happen.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
My question was, do you feel that the Cowboys need to put more attention on free agency to fill the greater voids on defense, and then leave the draft for BPA, best player available, considering where they are picking in the draft in the first round?
Great question, Jalen. Appreciate you calling. Appreciate you listening from all the way back there in those Lay's chip days. Josh, I'm going to let you start on this one. What you got?
Yes. Next call.
Free agency, best player available. We solved the Cowboys. All right, that's it.
That's what you do. That's what you're supposed to do, honestly.
Yeah.
It feels like the Dallas Cowboys have kind of made a shift over the last offseason to be more active in free agency. It's something we haven't seen from them in years, right? I think a little bit of that, I think it went a long way for us because you did get certain guys that are helping right now. Thinking of Javonte Williams, thinking about a few other guys that really did contribute among all the other guys that didn't contribute that we talked about earlier in the episode. But I think that's an indicator of if you're getting guys, proven guys, they are going to help your team right now, regardless of the scheme. You need guys.
Yeah.
Go get them.
Yeah,
I agree. The bottom line is in the NFL, the shorter the window that you have, the more you need to lean on free agency. Because the more you need proven guys, you have less and less time to wait for a collegiate prospect to have a breakout season. Defensive line, typically that's year 3 if it's going to happen at all.
Yeah.
Cornerbacks, that's fluid. Could be year 2, could be year 4 in a contract year. You need guys like a Jadeveon Clowney, just using him as an example because we were talking about him earlier, that have already proven that they can and still play at a high level, and then that allows you to go into the draft, BPA, have that freedom and say, okay, these are the guys we're going to develop alongside and behind the proven guys we got in free agency. But again, I feel like if the window is longer, you can lean more on the draft side of things because you have some time to develop guys, which also means that you probably have some veterans already that you're still good to go with. But when you look at the Cowboys and you have a shrinking window, you have Dak Prescott still at a high level, but he's in his early 30s. I think he turns 33 next year.
Give me a second.
Yeah, but when you have the window shrinking, bottom line is you have the window shrinking and you have the owner and general manager.
Turns 33 next
33,
July.
and you have the owner and general manager becoming very aware of his own mortality. It's not to be grim, but that's just the fact of the matter. Even Dak alluded
He talks about it all the time.
Right, he talks about it all the time. Window is shrinking. You need more proven guys than developmental guys.
I can't disagree with anything you guys just said.
There it is.
Go get them guys.
There it
But
is.
it's not only just the guys and their capabilities on the field. You need some mental dogs, like especially on the defensive side of the ball. There's a mentality that goes along, and there is
You need to intimidate a little bit.
There's it for
Nothing
sure.
about your defense right now is intimidating, aside from your interior defensive line.
Every dominant defense has an identity. This is one of the first years, regardless of how bad some of the defenses have been over the recent years, where you didn't feel as if there was an identity.
Well, they have one. It's
just one spot.
I'm saying, like, seriously, even
starts with a
T. We've had a lot of
squeaks.
There's been a lot of
It rhymes with
discuss.
ash.
There's been a lot of discussed in terms of the defensive productivity over the last, whatever, how many years it's been now. But you can go along the line. Start at Nolan and walk your way down. You can say which each coordinator brought and what their identity of the coach was and how they tried to reincarnate that with the players on the field. You can't say that this year.
No, you can't. No. Like with DQ, you could say takeaways. You could say pass rush. You couldn't say run defense. No. But yeah,
Zimmer, double A gap. You know what I'm saying? Like
right here,
confusion.
2025, what do you got? You got Q, you got Kenny, but those came.
Yeah, but that's not identity. Those are players.
It's not. You're right.
What's identity?
Yeah. That's a good point. All right, we got to take our second break. When we come back, we'll get to Jamie in Edinburgh, Texas.
Edinburgh.
In just a moment, but more Talking Cowboys on a Talkin Tuesday when we come back.
Don't hang up, Jamie.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown!
Yes! Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
If you shout, "How about them Cowboys?" you have that undeniable passion that's the heart of Cowboys Nation. And if you like to drink Dr. Pepper, you love the unique blend of its 23 flavors. Together, your one-of-a-kind fandom paired with the one-of-a-kind taste of a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper is the game day lineup that can't be beat. Better yet, gather your Cowboys and Dr. Pepper fan friends to watch the next game and crack open a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a pepper thing.
Cowboys fans, we've got big news. Black Rifle Energy is now available at Texas 7-Eleven stores. And for a limited time, you can score 2 cans for just $6 at participating locations. These cans pack a serious punch, 200 milligrams of caffeine, veteran-crafted flavor, and the clean energy you need to power through those long days. So the next time you roll into your neighborhood 7-Eleven here in Texas, grab that 2 for $6 Black Rifle Energy deal and fuel up the American way. Black Rifle Coffee, America's coffee.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, live from the Star in Frisco, Texas, in the SWBC studio. Wear your Cowboys gear to a Black Rifle Coffee location coming up on Sunday. Get 10% off your entire order. That's the last opportunity.
Like that?
Like that?
Do like that.
And like this?
Yeah, I like that too. That's
Like
nice.
this?
Like
Yeah.
that?
That's nice. Hold on.
Like that?
Like that.
Do it slower.
Not like that.
No. All right, we got 2 more callers that we're going to get to.
Let's go.
Here in this final segment of a Talkin' Tuesday. Been some great calls already, so the pressure is on for Jamie in Edinburgh, Texas. What's up, Jamie?
Hey, thank you, guys. Been a long-time listener. Just want to say thank you for QB Vision and for Lab Coat. Those are 2 awesome segments. Thank you guys for that. And just want to say 2 things. 2 more things. One, Kyle, if you could do me a favor and look up the UTRGV Vaqueros.
Yeah.
The inaugural season was this year. They went 8-3, and kind of want to maybe for the draft see who could be considered from that team for the draft.
I will do my best. I will look at it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kyle. Appreciate it. And then I'll make it quick. The other thing, too, is what would be the type of D coordinator that you guys would like to have on this team? I know we can't say names, that they're under contract, but like, let's say a Rex Ryan type, or I'm going to go way back in the day, to a Dave Wanstead type. And would you want the identity of that D coordinator to be a front to back or a back to front? And with that, I'll hang up and listen to you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for everything you guys do.
Appreciate
and Happy
you.
New Year.
Yes, sir. Happy
Well,
New
if it's
Year.
a Rex Ryan defense, it'd be foot to. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, since you asked, I am of the mindset of a very aggressive defensive coordinator.
And he's not under contract, so you can go ahead and say the name.
I've been on the table for Rex for some years, and I
don't know, brother.
I'm on that mountain by myself. It's okay, and I'm perfectly fine being on a mountain by myself.
What is it?
I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro 2 years ago. I have no problem climbing mountains, people.
All right.
Rex Ryan is somebody that I will put in the pool of people that I would like to
Why is
interview.
it? Aside from his personality, aside from the name, what is it about his defense?
I've had to prepare against his defense.
Can't you lose a foot?
So I'm speaking. Yes, you can.
That's a problem.
Fall right into his lap.
That might be a problem.
No. And I've told Kyle this before, and I've said it on this platform before. I've had the privilege of sitting in a room underneath Tom Brady as he and we prepared to take on the New York Jets at the time. That was led by Rex Ryan. It was the most difficult team to prepare for. It was just hands down that scheme was the most difficult scheme to prepare for. And for a defense, it's one thing for a defense to be effective. It's one thing for a defense to be aggressive. It's another thing for a defense to be confusing. Hardly ever do you get all three. And that was the one defensive coordinator personally that I experienced on the field. And now I can say, watching film all the time for all the games that Cowboys have played, that possess all three of those categories for me. And I know he's a wild card, and I know he's a big personality and all the things that people can dislike or like about him, but you can't talk about his scheme. And if he has the personnel with that scheme and that confusion and that aggressiveness, I like all of that because you can literally adapt who you are from a week-to-week basis based upon your opponent. Every coordinator can't do that. And I've always felt as if he can do that. And he's a crazy enough dude where he is like, I'm going to die on my own sword. Like, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to make a freaking play. It's not going to be no sit back and chill and let you just work your way down the field. There's nothing about him that says, go ahead. You know what I mean? And I like that as a D coordinator. Now, most offensive head coaches don't like that. They rather it be safe, right? Yep. So that they can get the ball back. So I understand why he's not perceived as being somebody that should be in the conversation, but I like what he's done in the league. I like his personality because the guys that are on the field are him, right? They're balls to the wall, go run through somebody's chest, aggressive type players. You have to have that personality type to play for a coach like that. He's not the only type that does that, but he is unique.
Now, to his question, is he more of a from the secondary forward?
He is line of scrimmage. He's defensive lineman all the way out to the corners.
Yeah,
corners gonna be big, physical, in your face, we're in your hip pockets, right? Yeah. It's very much so like a Dan Quinn. Yeah. He is and which is why I love Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn was that style of defense as well. If I'm gonna go out, you're gonna have to beat me, right? That's just my style, right? If I was the coach, you're gonna
1v1,
1v1, man, mano y mano. I'm challenging you as a man to do your job. You do your job, we win. And if they do happen to beat us, it's because they made one hell of a play. Not because we sat here and watched them run routes in front of us, right? Defensive line, same thing, aggressive. Same thing. If you're going to protect against us and your quarterback's going to have time, y'all going to have to work for it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be because we're rushing 4. Or maybe we'll bring one additional. No, you're getting after it, and you don't know where it's coming from. And I love that about these defenses.
I love everything you're saying. I love the mentality that would bring. I love the opportunity that it would give to a lot of the guys on the team already to maybe take their game to a new level. I think I'm good.
Understood.
I'm good without Rex Ryan in that capacity. But now, I will say there are two things to remember. One, Brian Schottenheimer was the offensive coordinator under Brian Schottenheimer for a couple seasons in New York with the Jets. The number two thing you got to remember, he was fired by Rex Ryan as the offensive coordinator after a couple seasons with the Jets. So we don't know what that relationship's like. We don't know what that would turn into.
Early in his career?
It was early on. It was back in 2009 to 2011 or whatever it ends up being.
Sometimes pain makes you grow.
Maybe so.
You appreciate those things sometimes.
One thing. Great argument. Great. Next year is what, 2026?
Yeah.
Okay. Rex Ryan hasn't coached an NFL defense since 2016.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's 10 years.
Are NFL offenses the same as they were in 2016?
Not even close.
What's his role?
Is the window long or is
what's
the
his
window
role?
short?
What's his role right now in football?
Is the window long or
Analyst.
Analyst. So you're speaking to coaches in our past who have been away from the game, not tied to the game. This person, you're talking about somebody whose job is literally to watch football every day and then talk about it.
Do you think he does that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm just curious.
People who love the game watch the game, right? And if you love the game and you're going to watch the game, and if you're paid to talk about the game,
you're going to watch the game.
You're going to watch the game.
Okay.
You're stripping context. 10 years of that's fine.
Absolutely. Calling plays. You're absolutely correct.
So from a football acumen aspect, still sharp. I'll assume so.
Yeah.
I'll assume so.
Yeah.
The offensive game has
evolved.
Changed from 2016. And these aren't the same types of players. For
Absolutely.
better or for worse, you have to coach these players different.
You're absolutely correct.
Different generation.
Different generation. And for better or for worse, I know people want to jump in the chat. Oh, tough guy. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm an old school guy too.
For sure.
Just so we're clear, I'm an old school guy. I'm an old school sports guy.
Yeah.
And I was taught to a certain way when I was in Pop Warner and junior high and high school and college. It was I'm raised on tour-a-days and pickle juice and those things. Wearing trash bags during practice.
Get with it.
100%.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm also not being asked to coach these players.
I don't disagree with
these
you.
players.
That's a whole other
These players are here.
Absolutely.
Right after practice.
So let me ask you this question. So do you just take that and
No,
say,
I'm not saying you
or
do.
do you bring in somebody who has a certain requirement of his players? And if you were to take a coordinator and place him on this team right now, which person could you put on this staff that would require less turnover and he can actually work with what you have?
I have a couple of ideas, can't say because they're on the contract, but what you need is a guy who can blend both, the old school and the ability to relate. That's what Schottenheimer does on the offensive side.
Yep. Sorry, Chris. We didn't get time to get
to you. No 12 callers?
Yeah, sorry, Chris and Modesto. We love you, buddy. All right, we'll talk to you again tomorrow. More Talking Cowboys. For Patrick Nosey Walker, Josh Rodriguez, Isaiah Standback, Chris Beam in the back. I'm Kyle Yeomans. We'll see you tomorrow.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?